Sky News is examining a growing tension between ministers and civil servants, and criticism of civil service impartiality and competence. The issue came to a head when a report published Friday found that former Tory Deputy Prime Minister Dominic Raab had violated the Ministerial Code of Conduct with bullying behaviour. Now, the former head of the UK Civil Service, Lord Kerslake, is saying that current Chancellor of the Exchequer Rishi Sunak should publicly reject the narrative that these complaints are just about snowflake millennials and a fifth column in the civil service. Lord Kerslake is saying Sunak should recognise that the environment in Whitehall could become toxic if the narrative is not addressed. This has caused concern among senior civil servants, and some are wondering why Foreign Secretary James Cleverly has not publicly defended British Ambassador to Spain Hugh Elliott, who was one of the complainants of Raab's behaviour. Civil servants are worried about the consequences if they take similar action, as Sunak allowed Raab to resign and make a 1,000-word statement before the report was released. In response to the report, Raab claimed that unionised civil servants were targeting him and the bar of bullying behaviour was set too low. As a result, former Tory MP and Cabinet Minister Jacob Rees-Mogg asked on Sky News whether Elliott was a complete wet wipe. In response, Lord Kerslake said it was wrong to blame civil servants for having the temerity to complain about being bullied. As a result, former MP and Cabinet Minister David Gauke noted on Conservative Home that it was wrong to attack civil servants as lacking resilience and that the shift in behaviour standards was a good thing. In response, Number 10 has described the report as important work, but Chancellor of the Exchequer Rishi Sunak has yet to take the decision to publicly criticise Raab or take his side. To complicate the issue, Downing Street has hinted at time-limiting complaints from civil service. Meanwhile, the government has revived ideas from former Cabinet Minister Francis Maude on more political appointments to the civil service. Now, the Public Administration and Constitutional Affairs Committee has announced an inquiry into the relationship between ministers and officials to examine whether the government's engine room still functions as intended. The implications of what happened with Dominic Raab could shape the relationship between civil servants and ministers in Whitehall for years to come. It will be interesting to see how Rishi Sunak responds and the outcomes of the Public Administration and Constitutional Affairs Committee inquiry. In the meantime, it's important to remember that the civil service should always serve the government of the day, while upholding respect and fair treatment of all civil servants involved.